Right guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the series. So first off, I want to say massive thank you for the amount of support on the first video. 500 subscribers off the first video, I was not expecting that. Today we are going to prep the car ready for the engine to be pulled. So we've got to disconnect the drive shaft, disconnect the clutch hydraulics, the transmission mount and the engine mount. Let's get to it. I'm going to start stripping the engine, taking off any auxiliary stuff, and we're also going to check to make sure the engine turns over. So it's been soaking WD-40 and oil. Okay, so after letting the engine soak for a few days, you can see it does actually turn. We've taken off most of the auxiliaries of the engine. The engine is going to come out. These engines, you've got to bring the transmission with them to pull them out. This can get sent for some welding repairs. Currently we've got a floor pan to go in, which thankfully has come from Rimmer Bros. We've just found we may need a second floor pan on the other side. Those two floor pans to go in. We've also assessed the wing under here. The actual wings themselves are perfect. This side has had a repair at some point. You can see it's been JB welded along here, which is a really poor seam, but it's solid. Structurally, it is solid. So what we need to do is get under the wings. I've already sprayed them to try and get a bit of the dirt disturbed. And then we can jet wash and just get everything stripped in here and assess the damage. For now, solid. This is all solid. The other side, not so much. Okay, so getting these panels out of the way. So if you have a look in here, you can see all this mud is just going to sit in here and rot away. We need to get the jet wash in there and get all that out. The reason that I'm lowering the car is obviously can't really fit an engine crane in here, engine hoist crane. We're going to move it back so there's like 5 foot here, and then we can move around and get stuff out where we need to. Right, now I've got enough room to get a hoist in there. Got a chain round, pulling it out. It is 110% likely I have forgotten to attach something. So we will likely hear some snaps. Scared me. What's still attached? What? This is now the second day trying to get the engine out. So I've borrowed a hoist from Andie, so big shout out to our engine hoist. My uncle has lent me the leveler. So we've got both of those. The only thing we don't have is, whenever I've seen someone doing it online, they've got these hooks that sort of go on to where the valve cover like seats. So it sits on there, and that way you can pull the engine level. We don't have that. So my uncle has very, very nicely gone to get it fabricated for me. Gone to see his mate who's going to fab these little brackets up for me, and then we can go from there. I've made such a mess of when I'm doing this. Things you need to undo when taking the engine out. And this, when I was watching videos online, no one else had the overdrive. The overdrive made it such a nightmare to get to the transmission mounts. Thankfully for me, my transmission mounts were that perished enough. They were just like rubber, so I could pretty much just rip that off. The transmission mount is off. The drive shaft, that also needs to be done. Then the engine mounts, those off. You also need to use speedo cable and any overdrive cables. Use 3 different cables for the overdrive underneath, oil lines, things like that. Electrical wires, the engine. Common sense really. Once all that is done, then you can pull the engine. I'm probably forgetting something. If I am, let me know in the comments, but it's a lot to take off. Now I think we can pull the engine and then we can start cleaning it and stripping it. This is the point that we've got to, say we, me, that the lift doesn't go any higher. You can obviously try and move it that way, which is going to lift the transmission up a bit, but even then the sump is not going to clear this frame. Thankfully the adapters are on the way so that we can attach this straight to here. That should give us a little bit more height, but even then I might have to get it in the air, drop the sump off, maybe drop the transmission in the air. I can't drop the front of the car anymore because the lift won't fit under the front subframe. So Mark and Lewis have now come to help me and they've brought the correct tool for the job. This lift actually goes high enough, so let's see how we get on. Missing so many that should be in here that are just not, which is concerning. Well, that'll explain why my clutch was feeling funny. There is literally no carbon left on that at all. It's just metal on metal. So we need a new clutch, that's for sure. Oh, that weighed a ton. Right, so what I need to do, get this off, and then I can put the mating face onto here. 2 in the top, 2 down the bottom, and it should be good to go. It's now getting dark, so I'm trying to be quick. Well, I mean, it's not abysmal. I've seen worse, but I mean, that's got hard at some point, hasn't it? But yeah, there we go. Right, I'm calling it quits today. It is getting late. It's going to be a charge up from the train station. This is currently where we are. I still need to get the flywheel off to get it onto here. I'm not going to get that done today, I'm too tired. I'm going to whack this over there, dismantle everything, drive home, got bed. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope it wasn't too boring, because I know it was a painful job, so I'm not sure how good the video is going to be. So yeah, see you next time.